is the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney with a quick check on what's going on. So here's my man to get into it.
Happy Friday. Hope we're doing okay heading into this weekend, and hope Ray J is all right. Just saw this. He's saying doctors told him his heart is in bad shape and may only have months. Ray J. I mean, boy just had a birthday, too, on the 17th. Hope he beats the odds. Man, that was crazy. Well, let's lighten things up, because before that, I was laughing at NBC News running the story on Filipino grocery stores. They've been putting on these late-night parties around the country and in Canada. They've been packed, too. DJs, folks dancing in the produce section. Some pork butts and rump roast. Yeah, that section, yeah, pork butts and rump roast.
My favorite stories of the day.
It is never not funny when a meteorologist starts talking dirty about snow totals. We're going to get walloped with about 15 inches, or not as much this time. We're only getting about 3 inches. Man, every time my juvenile brain hears it, I laugh a little on the inside, and I fight the urge to say, yeah, that's what she said. But that is what she said. In Oklahoma City, the News 9 meteorologist kind of got what she asked for last week.
And then just your reports that you've been sending in, keep those coming. I made the mistake on Facebook. I asked for your measurements. I meant your snow measurements. Thank you for everybody sending in your measurements, but I do prefer how much snow you have on the ground.
Oh, one could pretty much guess the kind of picture she ended up getting. And then last Saturday, she just basically said, if you can't beat off the Pervs, may as well have fun with them. So she posted, I know what I said too, by the way, but she posted a pic on Instagram of a co-anchor posing like he's shocked while pointing at her smiling while she was holding a Vienna sausage on a cracker. Sometimes the setup is the punchline. And she wrote in the Instagram post, what fuels you during winter weather? Vienna sausages on crackers get me through. Yeah, I'll bet. It's possible she was being totally literal, but could have also been signaling the kind of picture she got or what she prefers. You know, when anyone brings up the 80s movie Wall Street, it usually has something to do with Gordon Gekko saying in that one scene in his speech to shareholders that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is good. That has been one of the main lessons so many people have taken from that movie, used all the time in the canon of Hollywood sayings. And it's wrong. Gordon Gekko ended up arrested and convicted of insider trading. His ass didn't get out of prison until it was time to make the sequel to the movie in 2010. Greed did not turn out well. Which reminds me of this 24-year-old guy in Kansas City, where Fox 4 Kansas City is reporting this dude, between last May and June, in 1 month, sold cars to people 8 times through Facebook Marketplace, and every single time, he stole the cars back. 8 reports of stolen vehicles from people who all kept telling cops they had just bought the car. So Kansas City police say detectives started adding this up, and Fox 4 is saying at first the 24-year-old was sort of acting like Shaggy. It wasn't me. But cops say he was lying. They say investigators tied his online alias to him and arrested him. He's in jail on $30,000 bond. Hey, Gekko's bond might have been higher, but other than that, the end of this movie is still the same. And not to be outdone by some guy accused of doing the same crimes 8 times is a man in Pittsburgh who only needed one, theft, a $30,000 harp. Last Wednesday, the 21st, when Action News 4 is reporting, this guy brought that harp up to a riverbank and took off his clothes and jumped in the river. At Point State Park, there at the edge of downtown Pittsburgh, chunks of ice were floating in the water with him. Now, some other man saw all this and says he held out a stick for the guy to grab, but didn't work, so says he settled on calling 911. Action News had the action video of cops getting the guy, while one of them tended to that full-size harp that the man just left on the edge of where Pittsburgh's Three Rivers meet. Police later found out that harp was stolen from a home in the suburb of Bethel Park, and given how all this randomness happened, I would love to play Was He Drunk or High, since who else would do this if halfway sober? But police and prosecutors did not say, so don't have an answer to know. And now here's an in case you missed it type of story that just came out a week ago when WTVY News 4 ran the story on how police in Ozark, Alabama pulled over a 61-year-old man for a traffic stop, looked in the back, and ended up taking from that back almost 7 dozen-gallon jugs of moonshine. Moonshine. America adding up to 81 gallons of moonshine that cops say was not legally made. So they say they handed all of that over to the Alabama Beverage Control Board. Back in a moment. But before the break, a word from the Jams podcast.
Blazing the best hip-hop, R&B, reggae, soca.
You can download the Jams Podcast Mix for free. Just Google search Jams Podcast Mix.
It's Jams Hour Mix with Greg H.
His husband.
So stumble onto stumble and stumble into love.
Bucks in my pocket and 2 rubber bands and 2 sticks.
The workout kit, portable and light. Hundreds of workouts, the possibilities are endless. Only $49.99 if you order today. 212-555-5555.
This is really what's nice kid.
The workout kit, 212-555-5555.
Baby, do you really love me?
Call now. $99 shipping and handling added to cost.
Boy, bye.
And now for the world around us.
In the latest example of have we not learned anything from the movies we've put out and watched, China has Robocops. Now, granted, Chinese movie watchers do not always see American movies, I get that. But among Robocop, Demolition Man, I Am Robot, somebody in China had to see one of them to know the inherent risks. But the People's Daily online news site ran a story last Monday on how in Wuhu City in East China's Anhui province, hope I'm saying it right, human-looking robots dressed up in police uniforms are in the streets directing traffic. They posted pics of a couple in the story. It looks like they are standing on a rolling platform like a dolly, and up close, their faces look plastic, but other than that, they look real. People's Daily Online is also reporting they talk. The lead to their story was quoting the AI-powered intelligent police unit R001 when a reporter heard it telling somebody, "For your safety, please ride bicycles in the non-motorized lane." The report says several cities in China started integrating robotic cops into their police forces. And so far, the company making the robots tell People's Daily Online their Robocops have been sent to answer over 100 calls. So not just traffic cops, but also put on security patrols, public services, and reception duties. The future is now. And in Japan, the Dexerto news site ran a story on how in Ishinomaki City, officials there have been testing out drones that can sneak up on a bear and pepper spray or pepper the Bruin with bear spray. It's not coming out of nowhere since Japan's government have counted dozens of bear attacks in recent years, sending dozens of people to hospitals with serious injuries. And they say bears there have killed a few people lately, and Japan cannot afford to lose too many folks. The country already has an aging and shrinking population. The Telegraph-Journal news site is reporting a 38-year-old man in Sackville, New Brunswick says he's embarrassed by what he did. Now, a prosecutor in this case laid it all out at trial. She said back in early August, this guy was with a buddy when they noticed a truck with the keys inside, so they hopped in and took it for a spin. Now, police say they didn't get far. They found them in the area and had to chase them down, though, but they did. 2 knuckleheads caught in handcuffs. Now, to answer the lead's dangling question, what did he do to be embarrassed? This 38-year-old dude backed his butt into an officer and farted on him. The prosecutor explained this in detail in the plea agreement the Telegraph-Journal got a hold of, and after he pooted on him, they say he told the Mountie, "There's a present for you." Then said he backed his butt into the other officer and farted on him too, and said, "And another for you." Which leads to the question, high or drunk? I mean, farting on a cop and cracking a joke while arrested, yeah, that would seem to be a pothead thing to do. Well, at his sentencing, the 38-year-old said he did not put his butt up against the Mountie, but was drunk and stupid. His words, and he apologized. I will too. Back in a moment.
You need Liquid Braino. Available in regular and number.
Time for a peaceful moment.
Oh, Hey, what happened, sweetie? What happened?
Thank you for joining in this moment.
Your finger is frying with the fish.
Brought to you by the ASMR Network, where every sound is a turn on.
Oh, who's gonna finish cooking?
What's up with what's going down, though?
A full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal to apologize for all the things he said and posted about Jewish people and black folks and promised to be better and do better. Look, good for Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West. And hey, look, none of us are perfect. We've all screwed up and may have said or done things just as dumb and hurtful as Ye. I know I have, so no judgment here. I'll have to repent for the rest of my life to make up for my dumbness. And look, regardless of why he did this now, new album dropping, bank account dropping, or an epiphany. Maybe he heard MJ's Man in the Mirror and it hit him to make that change. Don't know, doesn't matter. All that does is he sticks with trying to be better. I mean, look, there's a long list of celebrities who have gone nuts at some point or couldn't say no to drugs or developed a sticky-fingered syndrome and just wanted to go on 5-fingered discounted shopping sprees. Winona Ryder weathered the storm, for better or worse, and now it's a memory. And look, she helped take down Vector in Stranger Things. Robert Downey Jr., Charlie Sheen, Drew Barrymore, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears. Look, this list is long and it goes on. John Lennon admitted in a Playboy interview he beat his woman. Mr. Peace and Love himself, Lennon, admitted that. But nobody talks about that every December 8th. And look, we all know Ye has had mental issues. It always seems they came to a head when his mom died, but he blamed that car wreck that had his mouth wired shut some 20 years ago that he also says might have rattled his brain into being bipolar. Look, however it happened, acknowledgement is the first step. And I want to say the next is to start coming out with bangers again, more of the first 3 albums, but look, the next step is just to keep taking them. Steps, that is, towards being better, making amends. And if he really does, he'll be fine. Just stay on the meds, man. And buy Taylor a nice wedding gift. Let her finish from now on, too.
When a woman talks about something like that, you ain't used to that. She said, okie dokie, sweet me. I wasn't used to no okie dokie, man.
And that wraps it all up for another Real Pod newscast. Thanks as always for listening, and please tell others about the show, and please follow Real Pod on social media. Song credits for the songs that run between the stories, I post them on the show's Facebook page. When I get to I've been getting better at posting them. Have a great weekend, everybody. Nice and relaxing weekend. Hopefully back on Friday. Back on Tuesday. I need the break.
This has been the Real Pod Newscast with Levon Putney from Show Enough Productions. And for more, hit up the website, realpodnewscast.com. That's real with 2 E's. This is Big Daddy Marty Allen. Thanks for listening.
And on Monday, actor Zosha. Damn it, another pronouncer. Zosha Mamet. Yay, now I know Zasha's name. Show enough.